Alright, what's going on everyone? So Wizards of the Coast has added pre-built purchasable decks on Magic Arena, and the question we're asking today is this standard champion deck worth it? From a value perspective, I've already made a video about it, and my answer to that is not really. I think they are overcharging for these. Like for me, I'm getting one card and it's 350 gems, which is like the price of 2 packs, so yeah, the rate's not very good, but is it competitive? The good news is I don't have to pay for it because, well, like I said, I'm only missing one card. Technically, I was missing 2, but that's okay. I crafted it. Here it is. So this deck is, I mean, it goes without saying, it's a toxic deck. So toxic, of course, the opponent gets a poison counter. They would get 1 with this card. This has toxic 2, so they get 2 poison counters. And if the opponent has 10 poison counters, they lose the game. So it sort of cuts the opponent's life total in half because you only need to deal 10 instead of 20. The downside, of course, is most toxic creatures are pretty small and pretty weak. So this is the Bant build, which means our main goal is getting a few toxic creatures down. We don't actually have a ton of creatures. This is all the creatures in the deck, plus this mixed creatures. It's not that much, but the rest of our deck is tempo because we can make something have flying. Toxic 1, by the way, does stack. So if we were to play this on, say, this card, for example, it has double strike, and it would have toxic 2, so it would put 4 poison counters if we targeted it with this. But this is a bounce spell, this is a protection spell, this is also a bounce spell, this is a counter spell. So generally we want to get these out early, then start protecting them to just get those poison counters on. We can also make some mites here that have toxic. We can pump our stuff, and a key aspect of this deck is Scrub's Hive, which makes a 1/1 with toxic every turn, and also if the opponent is corrupted, which means they have 3 or more poison, it gives all of our toxic stuff lifelink, which can help us race aggro decks. So is this good? We're going to be playing it in ranked today, and you know, this is just going to be my uncut game from game. Here's how the deck is playing. We might lose all of them, we might win all of them. Let's see what happens, and let's see if this deck is worth spending any money on or just crafting. I would recommend just crafting it. You can find the deck list online. That's what I did. We will see what 16,000 gems will get us. I do feel like maybe this deck could have been like, I feel like 8,000 would have been fine, but 6,000 or 6,000, 16,000. No creatures. We do have Scrub's Hive. Opponent goes first. I don't think this is good enough. Gonna mulligan. Now we have 1 land and 1 green drop. We're gonna mulligan. We're gonna mulligan again. This is a keepable hand. We gotta keep the creature. Probably this. Although if I draw, we can put 1 land back, can't we? So we want a green source, we want a blue source. So we can put Mirrex back. We could probably put the bounce spell back. This gives me 2 creatures, shore up. I think that's fine. Not a good start, though, not the fault of this deck. So, Rakdos says removal, so I'm going to play Crawling Chorus here. So if they have a removal spell, like a cut down, it replaces itself with another 1/1. If the opponent was playing, like, say, I don't know, like a blue-green deck, then maybe I would favor Venerated Rot Priest. But now, we want Rot Priest down, and we will plan to protect our board with Shore Up. This life loss for the opponent is completely meaningless because we're going to kill them with poison. So they can lose as much life as they want and it doesn't matter. They do have a removal spell, so they're going to get a poison for targeting that. Then I'm going to protect it, which is going to be another poison. So they go to 2. We also have a 2/3 now, so they can't attack. That's a bounce spell. Yeah, we'll play this. I can bounce and attack, which I do think is actually worth it. It gets them up to 4. So let's bounce. It also forces them to spend their mana again. So that gets them to 4 poison. We are vulnerable. We have nothing here, so they can kill my stuff. They will get another poison. If they do, Deep Cavern Bats does nothing. We have a land. That's another Crawling Chorus, so what we can do is attack all out. If they want to trade, that's fine, because we get another mite. They go to 5. Opponent is stuck on 2, unfortunately. So that's a little awkward. Does make the deck look a little bit better when the opponent is mana screwed. But we're out of gas now. If they just play the Caustic Bronco, we can't attack. They play a removal spell, but that gives them another poison up to 6. No lands. Very unfortunate for the opponent. We're going to attack for 2. That brings them to 8. We'll make a might at the end of their turn with the Mirrex. So they need 2 blockers, or they need to kill something that doesn't do it. Alright, we'll make a might. Well, it looks like we're going to win our first game, but we won our first game against a mana-screwed opponent, which, you know, what can you do? Yep. So that's a win. So confirmed, we can win against mana-screwed Rakdos players. Look at us go. I kind of want this to be like true to what the experience is of playing the deck. So we're just going to be, every game I play I'm going to show, this hand is kind of terrible. It's been pretty consistent that our hands have been kind of terrible. This is going to have to do, I can probably put a land back. Remember, our curve tops at 2. So this is a very land light deck. And is this the land we want to put back? Yes, because we need white. So that's fine. We'll play this. We will pay 1 life for this. But yeah, we're just going to play this deck and we'll see what happens. What happens is what happens. Green. Okay. So I can technically give flying. I think I can wait on that. I don't think it's necessary right now. So we probably bounce anything they play no matter what. Like it literally doesn't matter. Well, I can't bounce that. I mean, that's not bounceable. So what do we want here? I'd love... what do I want? Scrolls Hive would be good. That's not it. So I guess I can use one of these. Do I need to? I'm going to. We're going to do this just to get an extra poison. Gonna save one as a defensive spell though. Because if they do, like, if they play a burn spell, wow. I guess if people don't play, if people don't develop... Oh my god, what if they... no. I'm not gonna get into conspiracy stuff. But what if they give this deck positive matchup so it feels good that you bought it? That we're getting into no, I'm not. It didn't. That's not what's happening. But my god, have these games felt questionable. We'll make this bigger just in case that matters. I don't think we need to play this. They're not gonna have flying. I didn't need to do that. That was a mistake. Okay, we made a mistake. The extra power was meaningless, and now I can't make a might. And making a might was better here. Oh my god, it doesn't have reach. And I can bounce it. It has ward 4. I can bounce it. Technically. If I draw a land. Ward 4? Wait, ward 4. Okay. Well, let's see if we draw a land. Oh yeah, that actually might have cost me the game. If I had made a might here, we'd have 3 attackers. The following turn, I could bounce this, play this, give them 4 poison. So that cost us the game there. I mean, it didn't, we haven't lost, but we should be winning this turn if I hadn't pumped for no reason. We're going to bounce this. That way we can attack. But yeah, the pointless pumping here did cost us. So we're going to play this. We're going to attack. This won't give us lethal. But now we have, we can give flying to get over any blockers. We did miss lethal. Let's see if it cost us. So I think this deck should be 2-0. Yikes, it did. So I can protect my board, but then what? No, it's better to let this go. I let this go. I get 2 1/1s. They don't exile, right? I could have protected one, but then we don't have any way to get through. So this way, I give 1 flying. It'll have 2 toxic. They have 8 poison counters. They attack me, so that means, okay, they don't. I was gonna say that just cost them the game doing that. They do have open mana, so I think we don't do the flying first. We attack like so. They block 1, we give double toxic to another. Like this. And if they have a burn spell in response, my play mistake earlier, and they do have a response, this gives +2/+1, which isn't enough. So we let this resolve. So we should have won this game. I'm just an idiot. Yep. Okay. Sure. No attacks. That's interesting. We'll play this. I mean, we have lots of ways to give flying, and we played 2 of these though. We only have 3 in the deck. We have lots of bounce. We have ways to proliferate. So the game's not over. The life gain is meaningless. This game should be over though, which is frustrating. No blocks. Down to 10. Yikes. Yeah, so we lose because of the trample. We should have won that game. I messed up. Yeah, this deck isn't a top tier deck. It's like a tier 2, tier 3 deck. So you definitely have to play optimally. You can't just get away with playing sloppy. I am really bad at it. I mean, there's just not very many creatures, I guess. We can play Scrove. We can counter stuff for a couple turns. And hope that's good enough. They have a 1-drop. We can bounce it. You know, we have options here. Don't want to see red aggro. It's Golgari. That's pretty good because now I can just counter stuff for a couple turns until I find more. So we're just going to be countering literally anything for the next 2 turns and hoping we can find more action in that time. Yeah, we'll counter that. Alright. That's a Rot Priest. Tap this for green. Play this. Going to attack because we don't have to worry about removal while we have this counter spell. Once we run out of counter spells, we'll start bouncing blockers to get damage through. So that's kind of the idea, right? We get creatures down and then we're tempo. That has to be well, that's the wrong card. That needs to be countered. They get a poison for targeting. Go to 3. Let's not misuse this. The power doesn't matter. We have learned our mistake. Magic is about learning from your mistakes. We don't need to pump. This is good with the double striker. We don't need it. We don't need it though. I'd rather have the 1/1. This is fine. So if they play a creature, we make a might end of turn. We bounce on our turn. 4 mana is Shieldred mana or Caustic Bronco. That's pretty good. All right, let's make a might. That's a land, but we can bounce on their turn. Then we will proliferate. They go to 6. I can attack for 3. And then I can bounce anything to proliferate again. And that's the game. So we definitely should be 3-0. So I'm kind of surprised. This deck definitely requires some nuance to the gameplay. You have to really pay attention to stuff. These are literally my first games ever with Bant Toxic, so I'm learning. I've played Selesnya and I've played Mono White. I've never played the Bant build, but it's definitely feels more like a tempo deck as opposed to the green white build feels more aggressive. So our 2-1 technically could be 3-0, but it's honestly it's felt fine. This is like the first really good hand we've seen. No green mana, but no green cards. We're going second, though. That's a problem. Rakdos. But what is it? Oh, we got 2 Scrubs, so definitely just play this. It is open. This, I haven't really talked about it, but it protects stuff. I always forget. Yeah, it does. It gives Toxic 1, too. I always forget about that. I always forgot about that when I played the Selesnya build. Could that have won us a game? I don't know. Rot Priest. Well, we have protection up now. Oh, we don't have green mana. No, we do have green mana with this. So, I don't feel comfortable playing this right now. I think I'm just going to... Oh, this does block better. No, I think I'm gonna play Rot Priest. Crawling Chorus. Pass the turn. So, we protect our board this turn with Scrove. If they play removal. We have 3 poisons, so we can play, if they don't have blockers, we can potentially play Scrub's Hive for the lifelink. Do I block? I'm at 17, I'm going to 13. I think it might be worth doing this. Kind of sketchy, but we're at 16 now instead of 13. They have all their mana open. Okay, so down to 15, they get to pick a card. I think we're losing this one. This is an aggressive deck and we went second, so they're just pressuring us. Take Scrub's Hive. That's smart because it gives... Oh, got another one. How do we get through? I need to get 3 poison on them. Like this just drains my life. This blocks. Maybe it stops them from attacking. So I can activate this, give this protection from a color that they don't have on defense, and give them 4 poison, which would give me lifelink. But I'm at 15. They're attacking for a bunch this turn. Probably got to block somehow. Resolve. I mean, they can give this a counter now. I think I'm just taking this, going to 10. I just feel very on the defense. Feels kind of hard to do anything here. I guess I should have paid 1 white, given this protection. Got a poison on them. This is offspringed. Shore Up's interesting. So we can Skrull's Hive. So if I give this, here's what we're going to do, right? I'm going to pay 2 life for this. Can't be blocked by black. Attack like so. Then we're going to give it a counter and untap it, which is going to give them a poison. So now the first strike damage gives me lifelink, right? We put them to 3 with the first strike damage, and then the second attack gained my life back that I got from this. And now I have lifelink double strike here. I have 9 life though. So if they attack all out... Okay, down to 8. So it's what? 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I have no way to win here if they attack all out. Well, I guess I can block with this, and we're gaining 3. That gives them a poison. Okay. So remember I'm gaining 2, right? So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm getting 2. I'm going to 1. But then I'm losing to this. Yeah, so we lose to our own Skrull's Hive here. No, I go to 1. Yeah, that's right. Skrull's Hive kills us. Or that kills us. Or that kills us. All these things kill us. We have so many ways that we die here. Okay. So what? We're 2-2? Could be 3-1 if I wasn't stupid. Okay. No white mana. This is unkeepable. This is fine. We can put one of these lands back. I need this for green. So it's one of these. So we'll see what colors our opponent's playing. Red. So probably Crawling Chorus, especially with no play. That's weird. So we'll play Crawling Chorus. If they had played a creature turn 1, it would have been aggro, and then maybe Venerated Rot Priest is better. But with no play, it makes me think maybe it's more of a mid-range. It's Izzet. Okay. We can play this. Let's attack 1 first and see what happens. I could play Rot Priest just in case there's a shock, but if they have a shock, they'll play it before this resolves. So if they're not playing anything, I think I'll just go with Skrull's Hive. I think this is fine. Tap land and nothing. Okay, lose 1, get a Might. Play this. I want this down. Let's just try it. I think they probably play their burn spell in response. Yeah, definitely should have attacked first, because I suspected that could happen. I can play this, though. Protect it. Autopay. This does nothing now, and we have Toxic 2, which is going to corrupt them for lifelink. Now if they target my stuff, they get poison. Ill-timed explosion doesn't target. Sure. And this is going to leave me with a Might. 2. So this does nothing. I can do it anyway for funsies. Can I cast anything? No. There we go. It's a 3-2. Doesn't matter. But we do get the Might back still. You get another one. Shore Up. That can protect us. The damage doesn't matter. I'm trying to keep that in mind. So we'll just attack for 1. It's worth pumping if we, or I guess we can't tap this for any color. Yeah, so I should have pumped. Look, we're figuring it out, okay? We're figuring it out. So this is Izzet tempo. We will bounce this. We will proliferate. They go to 5. My turn. Get a 1-1. Skrull. We'll play that for sure. We will attack. So we can give flying. It doesn't matter. They have a flyer. But they need 3 blockers. That sucks. That sure does suck, doesn't it? It sure does. This is hexproof. It's not indestructible. Can give something +1/+3. Is it worth it? If I can save Skrull, it gets them to 8 poison. I guess that's fine. We're not going to get another. We don't have a Crawling Chorus. So I guess this is fine. Resolve. Island. My turn. Venerated Rot Priest is great. Nice, okay. We're going pretty even. Alright, that's the standard Toxic Champion deck. Is that the correct title? I think so. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Is it worth 16,000 gems? I don't know. I feel like you can probably just craft a deck. It's charging me 350 for one land that I already have, by the way, because I played the exact list. I just don't have this one. I have the Kaladesh one, right? So it's 350 for one rare, and a pack is 200 for a rare. So you're almost 2 packs worth for one rare, and that's going to be for every card in the deck. And you're paying for commons and uncommons when I have 500 of each for wild cards. So it's like, why am I spending gems for commons and uncommons, and why am I spending 2 packs worth almost of gems per rare? So from a price perspective, I think the champion decks, where is it? It's here. Is that they're overpriced, but from a gameplay perspective, this is a competitive deck, and you can definitely win with it in ranked. It's not a tier 1 deck right now, but as we saw, it's definitely 100% playable. It is a nuanced deck that requires you to pay attention. You can't just play this and jam your creatures and turn them sideways. You definitely have to be aware of what you're doing, and I made 2 major mistakes, at least, in my 5 or 6 games that I just played. So, yeah, it's a tough deck to play, but it's fine. So, I don't know what the conclusion is. The deck's good. The price is too high. That's it. Hopefully that was useful in some way. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.